Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats and get ready for hard-hitting, action-packed hockey. Welcome to Wolverine Hockey.
And welcome to Rockridge Hockey on Mesabi Community Television. Tonight from the Eveleth Hippodrome, the Wolverines will host the Little Falls Flyers along with the entire Mesabi Community production crew. I'm Bob Cohn. Rockridge is 2-3 on the season. They lost Tuesday night at the Heritage Center to Duluth Denfield by a score of 5-2. The Wolverines have 4 games remaining in 2022. Tomorrow night we'll have a game for you against St. Cloud Cathedral. Next week, they're at Superior, and after Christmas, they play in Hibbing, and they host Cambridge. Head coach is Ben Johnson. Meanwhile, the Flyers are 3-2 on the season, with 2 games this past week being postponed. The Flyers play in Section 5A. Last year, they finished 21-5-1 on the season. They lost in the section finals to Monticello. They returned 7 seniors from a year ago. Like Rockridge, the Flyers have 4 games remaining in 2022. Next week, they play Brainerd and Princeton, and after Christmas, they're at the Northern Lakes, and they host Wadena. Head coach is Joey Hanowski. A special welcome to the parents from Little Falls, the students, and also the fans that are watching our live stream tonight at MesabiCommunityTV.com. Junior varsity game went to Rockridge by a score of 6-1. Let's take a look now at the starters for both of these teams. We'll first introduce the starters for Little Falls, the Flyers. In the goals tonight is senior Richard Variano. Their first line will have Carter Othout. He'll be centering Matthew Filippi and Lucas Gendro. On defense, they'll go with Colton Johnson and Aaron Marad. For the Wolverines tonight, first game that Ryan Rothfork will start in the nets. Their first line tonight will have Dylan Headley, number 8, centering, Cooper Lavander, number 10, and Isaac Flatley, number 18. On defense, they'll start Derek Dahl and Easton Walters. Wolverines are in their home whites, the new white jerseys, Rockridge across the front. The Flyers are in what used to be purple. Looks like it's more of a black outfit this year. Black helmets, black jerseys, black breezers. Should be a good one. Teams look like they're pretty even on paper, and we're expecting a very exciting hockey game tonight from the Hippodrome. Let's now pause as we'll be playing our national anthem. The officials tonight, Troy Nichols and Todd Skaya. Well, let's take a look now at the other lines tonight for the Flyers. Their second line will have Luke Avery centering Joey Walensky and Ryan Othout. Their third line will have Nathan Bozer centering Lawrence Filippi and Remington Chisholm. The second set on defense for the Flyers will have Matthew Cooper with Carter Wilmus. For Rock Ridge, their other lines tonight, second group will have Casey Lampa with Brant Tiedemann and Ryder Giruli. A third line will have Rory Cope Robinson with Grady Dimberio and Ryan Mannanen. And a fourth line will have Dawson Rudabush with Grant Gerlach and Ethan Jacobson. The other pairs on defense will be Sam Troutwine and Ian Mikulich and Jared Snetzinger with Evan Graves. Wolverines will go from our left to right, and again, a special welcome to the fans from Little Falls watching tonight. Let's get ready to play hockey. Veriano will be in the nets for the Flyers, and Rothfork in the nets for the Wolverines. Here we go, just underway. It's controlled by the Flyers. That's Johnson, gives it off to Murad. Quickly put in by Flatley. Headman pass comes into center ice. That's Othout. And an offside is quickly called on the Flyers. Nice crowd tonight, although the weather isn't real nice outside. Little slippery roads up here in northeastern Minnesota. We had a little snow, it was warm. Hopefully we won't have much snow and we'll have some safe travels after tonight's game. Off Flatley's stick into the Flyer zone. It's quickly thrown back into center ice where Walters will put it in for the Wolverines. Colton Johnson in behind the net along the boards, tries to clear it out. Still in the slot area. Here's a shot taken from Flatley over the top of the net, deflected up into the netting, and we have a whistle, and both teams now will make line changes. Flyers will go with Avery, Walensky, and Othout. Wolverines with Tiedemann, Lampa, and Giruli. Just underway. We're less than a minute into our opening period. Kept in by Mikulich. He just dumps it in the left corner. Tiedemann now in behind the net for Giruli. Try to center it. Lampa in behind the net tries to control it. Comes right to the slot area. It'll be kept in by Giruli. Now comes to the near side where it's picked up by Joey Walensky into center ice. Coming into the zone is Othout, Ryan Othout, and his shot was just wide. Puck is along the near boards. Wolverines now will come out. That was Sam Troutwine who dumps it in. Wilmus of the Flyers shoots it along the boards to the near side to Walensky. Now Wilmus again in behind. He gets taken down on a check from Grady Dimberio. Third line in now, Cope Robinson and Mannanen along with this line. Dimberio try to control it. Now in behind the net, he will control it. The youngster gets it back to the point. Walters lets go of a shot. It was off. Walensky goes all the way down into the Wolverine zone. Derek Dahl centers it. It's intercepted. Coming back in is Cooper. And finally it's picked up by Mannan. He gives it off to Dimberio. Here comes Dimberio. Skates in, tried to tap it along the back wall. That did not click. Cope Robinson battling for the puck. He's a hard worker, this number 9. Rory Cope Robinson. Like the way he's been playing hockey. Second year we've watched him. Here's a pass up to Mannan. Ryan Mannan tries to control it. He lost control of it, and quickly coming away with it is Chisholm. He'll put it in. Flyers will change. Likewise, the Wolverines. Both teams with new players on the ice. Wolverines with that Headley line once again. Puck is shot along the boards. It'll be kept in. Now it gets dumped out. Othout, big hit right at the blue line. Derek Dahl got knocked over by Carter Othout. Dahl will run it down. Just under 14 minutes to play in our opening period. Neither team has put a shot on. There's the first shot. I think that will be credited with a save unless it was deflected over. Nope, they'll say it was a shot. It was on the goal. Hard to tell from our vantage point. Right out in front, and the puck is cleared away by Dahl. Nice play by Derek. Again, Derek with a great fall football season for the MIB Rangers. They were the champs this year in 9-man football. What an outstanding year. Here's a long pass. Coming in is Isaac Flatley, and it's tapped away from Isaac behind the net. Here's a backhander. Flatley in behind once again, tries to control it. Now he comes to the near boards with the puck. Kicks it along, just dumps it in deep. Back to the point to Sam Troutwine. He'll give it back to Flatley. Puts a shot right on. Puck is loose. And finally it's picked up by Luke Avery. Kicks it ahead a little bit. Looks like a delayed offside. Now Troutwine. Sam will get it up the ball to Headley. He could not control it. Flatley with a nice check. Now it's picked up by Brant Tiedemann. Action in center ice. Controlled by Wilmus. Shoots it along the boards. Here's a shot going towards the net. That was Miklich who took that shot. A lot of bodies in front. Now along the back wall, and finally the Flyers will just clear it out. Troutwine will run it down. Gets it up to Casey Lampa, right side. Casey trying to come in. Looks for someone in front. Battling along that backboard. Casey controls it. And finally it's cleared into center ice where Troutwine will put it right on. And Veriano has to come up with his first save of the night. Here's now Mannanen walking in. His shot was just deflected wide. Now a shot taken, a good hard shot by Walters. Puck is loose still in the slot area, and Flyers with a little trouble getting it out. Here comes Matt Filippi putting it in. Goes towards that back wall. Dahl now will shoot it back to this near side. Wolverines with coming up on 11 and a half minutes to go in our opening period. No score in a hockey game. So far, both teams just kind of feeling each other out. Each team with just a few shots. Right now, they got unofficially 5 shots for the Wolverines and 2 for the Flyers. Colton Johnson in behind the net. Gets it into center ice, right in front of the Flyers bench. Pass comes cross side to Murad. And comes into the Flyer, or into the Wolverine zone. Here comes our first penalty. We're going to have a tripping on the Flyers. Rock Ridge is going to go on the power play. Shot goes right in. Well, let's see who they'll bring out. Let's see if we can look at the Rock Ridge leading scorers as they'll bring their power play unit out. So, Flatley is leading in goals. Headley, Mannanen, Tiedemann, and Walters each with 2. On the power play, Rock Ridge at 14.3%. On the penalty kill, Little Falls at 89%. Flatley will put it in behind the net. Headley will pick up the puck. Dylan Headley coming to the circle. In behind, right out in front. Flatley could not pull the trigger. Back to the point. That's Levander trying to control the puck up the wall, and Headley will get it. Back to Levander. Nope, that does not click. Dahl will keep it in for the Wolverines. Headley again. Him and Levander now change spots. This is still Headley. Back to Dahl. Back to Headley again. Shot was wide. Comes this side. Walters took a whack at it. Now Flatley puts a shot right on, and a save is made. A little bumps and bruises, and 9:54 to go in our period. 107 on the power play. Goaltender Veriano is 2-2 on the season, 2.94 goals against, and a 91% saves percentage. Really a good percentage saves, the senior. Stumped in by Flippy. This is Ian Mikulich. Off the wall, off to Tiedeman's stick. Into the zone, running it down is Murad. He'll shoot along the boards. Now Troutwine. Lampa in behind the net. He gets bumped into that back wall right in front of the goal judge. And the Flyers will just clear it out. Wolverines have 30 seconds remaining on this power play. Just over 9 minutes to play in our opening period. No score in the game. Shots are 6-2 for the Wolverines. Tiedemann, cross-ice pass for Troutwine. Here comes Sam Troutwine. Let's go of a shot deflected wide. Off the back wall where Colton Johnson controls it and shoots it out of the zone. Races on. Othout will grab it on the short situation. He's got Flippy right in front, but Wisely just goes back towards center ice. And now they'll dump it in, use up some more of that time, and now both teams will be skating at 5 aside. Wolverines unable to capitalize on the first power play advantage. Wilmus carries it in behind the net. Now Johnson tries to come out of the zone. Walensky took a whack at it. Right at the blue line where it's picked up by Dimberio. Here comes the youngster into the zone. Grady Dimberio, who played Bantams last year. And finally the Flyers, well, not quite get it out. Dump back in where Johnson will grab it. And, he shoots it up into the crowd. Boy, you got to watch for those flying pucks. I talked to Keith Weston before the game. He's down in that penalty box. He said he almost got hit the last couple of weeks. I said, he better put a helmet on. Cope Robinson wins the draw, tries to run after it. It's along the boards where Mannanen gets double teamed. Now Cope Robinson on a backhand pass right to Mannanen. And Veriano will just clear it away from the slot area, back into center ice, where Walters will pick it up for the Wolverines. He'll dump it in, and Veriano will glove it. He'll now drop it off. Dimberio came in looking for it, but Cooper was there first. Now Walters will give it back to Dimberio. Here's Dimberio's shot right on, and Veriano with a save. And we'll have a face-off with 7:42 to go in our opening period. No score in the hockey game from the Evelyn Hippodrome on this Friday night. We'll be back here again tomorrow night as St. Cloud Cathedral will be in town to take on the Wolverines. It'll be the Crusaders and the Wolverines tomorrow night. 6 o'clock game time, a little earlier on a Saturday. Here's a shot taken by Headley and a big save. Another shot by Flatley. Levander came in here. Now Flatley, who takes the goalie down. Let's take a look at that replay. Othout and Headley in the circle. Headley tried to go to his forehand. Taken away by Filippi. Here comes an odd man rush now for the Flyers, but quickly the Wolverines get back, and now the odd man rush goes the other way. There's a shot taken and another glove save by Veriano. Both teams had a start of a nice-looking 3-on-2. Face off in the Flyers zone with 7:18 to go in our opening period. In behind the net where Flippy tried to control it. Now that was Murad. Gets it in the center ice where it's picked up by Othout. This is Troutwine up the wall. Cannot get it out. Right in the slot area. The puck is still loose. A shot taken and he deflected in front. Here's a shot was high and wide of the mark. That was by Carter Othout. Puck is right in front of the Wolverines bench. And now Troutwine. Try to get it to Headley. That does not click. This is Filippi. He lost control of it. Marad will shoot along the boards. And it clears the zone where Derek Dahl will put it. Well, he tried to put it in. It was deflected, touched one of the players, so we'll have a face-off. Again, Todd Skaya and Troy Nichols are the officials. Dahl in his own end. It's a long pass, a little bit too far. This will be icing. And the face-off will come all the way back into the Wolverine zone. Coach Friedlieb got a victory tonight. The junior varsity 6-1. And I should also mention that on the coaching staff at Little Falls is Johnny Morgan, who played hockey and also played tennis for Virginia High School. Nice to see Johnny today. I know his parents are probably somewhere in the crowd. Brian and Denise Morgan. Right out front. And a good chance by Bozer. Wolverines now will try to break out. Giruli will get it up. This is Lampa coming in. Try to go back a little bit behind Tiedemann. Now Lampa try to control it, but Wilmus will get there first for the Flyers. Along the near boards, Dahl tries to keep it in. Now he'll just skate back towards his own end. Gives it to Giruli. Nice to see Ryder Giruli in the lineup. Watched him play JV for a few games, and he's done very well. Let's see if the magic can continue here at the varsity level. Puck is frozen along the near boards. Wolverines trying to come out, and now they do get in the center ice. Lampa off the wall to Tiedemann. He'll backhand it in. Wolverines now will change all 5 skaters. Here's a long pass too far. This will be icing. So the Wolverines will get a break. They were on a line change, and that pass was a little bit behind that winger breaking. So Rockridge will get an offensive face-off with 5:13 to go in our opening period. Nice to have you along on Mesabi Community Television. Off the back wall to Marad. Into center ice. Tipped away by Troutwine. Now it's grabbed by Mann, and then Ryan tried to tee it up on his forehand. In the center ice, coming in is Avery. Goes in behind Rothfork. Shot taken and hit Troutwine in front. Wolverines trying to clear it. They do get it out of the zone, right in front of the Wolverines player bench. Picked up by Avery. It looked like they may have been an offside. In behind that Wolverine net where it's picked up by Ian Miklich. He'll take a big check. Right now, the Flyers doing a good job keeping the puck in the zone with just over 4 minutes to go in our opening period. Shots are 10-6 for the Wolverines. Now Manning tries to get something going by himself. It was going to be a 1-on-3 if that would have worked. Right near the blue line. Now is a good chance for the Wolverines. Coming in is Flatley. Try to drop it. Flatley will control it again right to the slot area. Nobody there but Othout of the Flyers. Gets it up to Cooper. And it's fired into the Wolverine zone. Pair of 10s now go into that corner. That was Lavander and Gendra. Here's Flatley coming in. Isaac Flatley in the back end. Oh, boy, the goaltender just got knocked over, and, boy, he is down. Wow, big collision. Let's see if we got a replay of that to look at. Comes Flatley in, you can see. And it was his own player that took him out. It was Matthew Cooper who hit him. And And Brad Kern comes out on the ice. Brad is the athletic trainer for Rockridge Public Schools. One of the coaches is out there looking at him also. You know, I'd like to get a camera over on that Flyers bench so we can get a nice close-up of John Morgan, the assistant coach. There, you zoom in, it's the guy with the full beard. That's John Morgan. Again, he played hockey for Virginia High School, tennis. Had a nice little chat with him before the game tonight. He told me him and Joey Hanowski were school roommates, college roommates. As soon as Joey got the job, he right away got a hold of John to work in his program, and nice combination. This crew inherited a strong team last year. Again, they had 21 victories, 5 losses, 1 tie. They lost in the Section 5A finals a year ago to Monticello. And trying to get back in there with 7 seniors returning. Looks like the goalie is going to stay in. Everything seems to be okay. Took a pretty good whack. 3:27 to go in our opening period. No score in this hockey game. I wish to let you know our girls basketball team is playing at home tonight against International Falls, and our boys had to make the long trip up to International Falls. Wolverines now going with the Headley, Levander, and Flatley line, where Flyers will counter with Avery Walensky and Ryan Othout. Well, looks like they've made a change. It's Flippy, Gendro. I will check there. Here's Walter Shekels right on. Save is made by Veriano. That's the best thing right now for the Wolverines. Just put a couple of shots on the goaltender. Little shaken up with that big hit. Here is Flatley walking in, and a nice play from behind by Avery. Now Flatley tries to give it back to Hilly right out in front. A shot, couple whacks at it. No red light yet. And it looks like the goaltender is sitting on the puck. 2:57 to go, and Veriano comes up with yet another save. That's his 15th save so far in the first period. Luke Avery and Dylan Headley in the circle. Goes in behind the net. Levander tries to give it to Flatley in behind, yet they continue to work hard. Now it's grabbed by Filippi to Johnson. Here's Colton Johnson. His pass was deflected. Goes all the way into the Wolverine zone where Easton Walters will run it down. Walters played on the Bantam team a year ago. Oh boy, almost a miscue by Dylan Headley. He put it right on his own goaltender. Good thing Ryan Rothfork was paying attention. That could have been a goal for Little Falls, scored by a Rockridge player. 2:26 to go in the opening period. No score in the hockey game. Tiedemann will clear it out. We've got a penalty coming. It's going to be on the Wolverines. It's going to be Ian Miklich comes to the box for hooking. And let's take a look now at the Flyers offensive leaders. Well, we'll get to that screen when we get a chance, as they are now on the power play. Flyers on a power play, 26.7%. Rockridge on a penalty kill is at 80%. So this is a pretty decent power play unit. This is Filippi, the leading scorer for the Flyers. Shoots it along the wall and it clears the zone. Running it back down is Matthew Cooper. Johnson, Cooper, Filippi, Othout, and let's see who is the other. Joey Walensky. Now Troutwine will just fire it all the way down. Mannon on the penalty kill gets there first. One of the best skaters on this team. Ryan plays with only one speed, and that's fast all the time, and he plays hard. Lost his stick, so he has to come off the ice, and he is replaced by Isaac Flatley. Cross-ice pass goes to Carter Othout. Othout walking in a little bit. A little give and go. A shot goes over the top of the net. Good chance and a nice save by Rothfork. This is Carter Othout. Troutwine takes him into the wall. We're into our final minute. Filippi gets it back to the point to Cooper. In the circle. Othout. Now he's going to carry it behind centering pass. Nobody there, and Flatley will pick it up, and he clears the zone. Just a couple seconds remaining on this penalty kill. .20 seconds to go in our period. Puck's intercepted by Lawrence Filippi. And it's cleared. And we've got 11 seconds to go in our opening period. No score. Goaltender Veriano with 16 saves. And for Rockridge, Rothfork has 7. Puck comes back to the point. The shot was just wide. Avery took a whack at it. 3 seconds to go in our period. And the clock is going to run out. We've played 17 minutes of hockey. No score in the hockey game between Rockridge and Little Falls. We'll take a break. We'll come back and recap the first 17 minutes.
Big fun. Big thrills. Big air. Giant memories await in Biwabik, Minnesota.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
The Ranch Teammates for Life. We are a nonprofit organization aimed at providing a healthy and purposeful life for those former players and military combat veterans, as well as their families who have suffered trauma in their lives. Our mission is to raise awareness on this important issue and remove the stigma of mental illness. To provide diverse services that include all forms of humanitarian efforts aimed at fighting brain disease. Visit us at theranchteammatesforlife.org.
When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. As a locally owned and operated business, we have been proudly serving the entire area and our customers with only the highest quality of service and food that you need to take on the day. Dine in style and fun when you check out our trivia nights, darts, pool tables, 60-inch TVs, all while you munch on tacos, burgers, and more. Stop by today.
They do their thing. You do yours. There's fun for the whole family at Giants Ridge.
A world of options are at your fingertips when you start your future at Minnesota North. Our 6 unique campuses offer more than 100 programs, allowing you to explore countless opportunities.
It's just so universal that, you know, you might be taking a program that's based on working in an office setting or in a business setting, but the skills that you get in this program really can take you so many more places than just that.
When you're here, you'll make real-world connections that lead to immediate opportunities in your field after you graduate, or the ability to transfer and continue your education.
The instructors here actually work a lot with people in the community. I know, like at the school, when we were hiring someone, we would actually email the instructors directly and say, hey, we have these job openings, and they would pass them on to the students that were in their class.
At Minnesota North, real-world experience isn't the exception, it's the norm, with hands-on instruction from professors who have years of knowledge in your field.
School as a whole, from our advisors and to faculty, I mean, they really look after you. Feel like you connect one-on-one with them a lot more. It's a lot more personal.
I think it's just like the smaller class sizes is better. You get a lot more one-on-one communication with your instructor. You'll have that more personalized experience.
We're more than just a college. We're a community ready to call home and ready to explore with on-campus housing and millions of acres of wilderness, where year-round outdoor opportunities and athletics await.
Around here, you still have the opportunity to do those outdoor things that you love, as well as gain the education that you're looking for.
I feel like this is my home away from home. That's how they've made me feel here.
And whether you want to take classes from home or on campus, our hybrid learning model gives you the flexibility to do just that while learning from the best.
So I really, really like the flexibility of the program. I like that I could do some of my classes online. I really, really liked that I was able to graduate without having to worry about having all that burden of debt on me.
From opportunities to flexibility, you get it all with some of the most affordable tuition in the state.
cost per credit, I know, is super low compared to the bigger universities and stuff. And with that one-on-one, more one-on-one type learning, it's definitely you get more bang for your buck.
Minnesota North colleges are open to you and a bigger, brighter tomorrow. The closest place to go far with your tomorrow is right here in Northeast Minnesota. Choose from Vermilion and Ely, Mesabi Range in Eveleth and Virginia, Itasca in Grand Rapids, Hibbing and Rainy River in International Falls. Start your program today at Minnesota North College. Direct your future. Head north.
And welcome back to the historic Eveleth Hippodrome, where we've played 17 minutes of a scoreless draw. The shots, though, were 16-7 in favor of Rock Ridge. Richard Variano came up with 16 saves in the nets for the Flyers, while Ryan Rothfort came up with 7 saves for the Wolverines. Each team with 1 penalty for 2 minutes, and neither team was able to get on the scoreboard. Let's take a look now at the schedules. We're waiting for the teams to come back on. In boys hockey tonight, Grand Rapids is playing in Edina against Eden Prairie. There's no score in that hockey game. Ely at St. Paul Johnson and I Falls is taking on Fort Francis. Girls basketball tonight, the Rockridge Wolverine ladies are taking on International Falls. One other game tonight, Southridge is playing at Mountain Iron against the MIB Rangers. In boys basketball tonight, we've got about 9 games. Northeast Range is at Ely, Esco's in Superior, Chisholm is at East Central, Hibbing at Cloquet. Rockridge took the long trip up to the border to take on the Broncos. Aiken is at Duluth Marshall, Deer River at Hill City, NK at Big Fork, and Grand Rapids is playing in Proctor tonight. A lot of games on tap for tomorrow in hockey and in boys basketball. When we get a chance, we'll run down some of those scores as the evening moves along. Again, both of these teams come in with playing 5 games. Rock Ridge is 2-3, while Little Falls is 3-2. Rock Ridge is scoring 3 goals a game. They're giving up 4.2, while the Flyers are scoring 3.4 goals a game and giving up 3. Upcoming games for Rock Ridge tomorrow night, they'll take on St. Cloud Cathedral. That'll be a 6 o'clock start. Then on Tuesday the 20th, they go to Westman Arena in Superior to meet the Spartans. On Wednesday, December the 28th, it'll be a My9 Rock Ridge game, as we'll be traveling to Hibbing, Rock Ridge, and the Blue Jackets. And then we close out 2022 with a home game right here at the Hippodrome on Friday the 30th. It'll also be a game on television against a very strong Cambridge Isanti Blue Jacket hockey team. For the Flyers, after tonight, Tuesday, they'll travel to Brainerd to take on the Warriors. Then on Thursday the 22nd, they're in Princeton. After Christmas, 2 games. The 28th, they're at the Northern Lakes, and they close out 2022 on the 29th. They will host Wadena Deer Creek. Waiting for the teams to come back on, so let's take another little short timeout. We'll have second period action coming your way shortly from the Eveleth Hippodrome on this Friday night.
Big fun. Big thrills. Big air. Giant memories await in Biwabik, Minnesota.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
The ice, we should start our second period shortly. We just want to tell you our cameras tonight. Darwin Alder on our main camera, Donna Rockala and Dana Sorensen on our side cameras. Of course, Steve Rockala is down in the truck running all the controls. I'm Bob Cohn with the play-by-play. We're happy to have you watching tonight's Rock Ridge hockey game on Mesabi Community Television. Wolverines now will go from our right to left in the period. They'll start the Headley, Lavander, and Flatley line. While Little Falls will go with Flippy, Othout, and Gendro. This is Marod off the backboards to Johnson. Boy, it came off that sideboard funny. It'll be kept in by Headley. Shoots it towards the net. And now Gendro into center ice. He has it poke checked away. Puck goes back deep into the Flyer end. Into center ice. So far, first 30 seconds, both teams just kind of feeling each other out here. Into the attacking zone are the Flyers. Going in after it is Carter Othout. And behind the net, he could not control it. Finally, the Wolverines come back. This is Easton Walters. Off Flatley. Isaac in behind. Nice move by Flatley. Coming to the side of that, right out in front. And unable to pull the trigger was Lavander. Now the race is on for that loose puck. And it's just cleared away. Nice play by Sam Troutwine of the Wolverines. Up the wall. Hit the official. Here's a shot. Huge save by Rothfork. Probably his toughest save of the night so far. One of the harder shots. In center ice, loose puck is picked up. Tiedemann, and he flips it up to his own player's bench. So we'll get a little break. We're a minute 26 into the second. Wolverines now going with their fourth line. Rudebush, Gerlach, and Jacobson. Flyers going with their third line. Lawrence, Filippi, Bozer, and Chisholm. This puck is grabbed by Gerlach. He still fights for the puck. Centering pass right out front. Puck is still loose. Boy, taking a couple whacks at it was Rudebush. Rudebush still battles for the puck. Puck in behind the net. Kicked around by Bozer. Now Rudebush will control it. Gives it off. Here's a shot. Goal! Let's check that number. Looks like it's Ian Mikulich will get the goal. So at 2:05 in, Ian Mikulich scores for Rock Ridge. Flyers trying to come out. The puck is loose, and finally it's grabbed by Carter Othout. He'll carry it into the attacking zone. Offside on the Wolverines. One nothing Wolverines. Again, the goal was scored by number 13, Ian Mikulich. Now Othout tries to come in. Nice play by Walters trying to clear it. And we got a hand pass called, so We're going to get a face-off out of the zone. Looks like they're going to go all the way down into the Flyers' end. Lampa battles for the draw. Walters could not keep it in. Here comes a 2-on-1 break. That's Flippy. Oh, cross pass. It was just a little bit over the stick of Othout. Now coming in is Lampa. Try to control it. Casey here's a shot taken. Was just wide. In behind the net. The puck is kicked around a little bit. Picked up by Filippi. Now this puck is grabbed by Johnson. He could not control it. And Walters will clear it out of the zone for the Wolverines. Back in his own end is Colton Johnson. Into center to Carter Othout. Joey Walensky shot it in deep. Now Dahl shoots it along the boards as the Wolverines will clear it back out in center ice where Wilmus. Cross ice pass for Cooper. Here's Wilmus trying to carry it in, try to control it. We've got an offside called on the Flyers. Rockridge now will make a line change. They'll bring out that Mannanen line. Cope Robinson and Dimberio. Flyers going with Avery, Walensky, and Ryan Othout. Puck is right along the near boards. Avery will now drop it for Walensky. And we have a whistle. We got a penalty coming. Looks like it's going to be on Rockridge. Looks like it's, let's see. Who's going to come? It looks like it's going to be Grady Dimberio is going to go off. So the Flyers are going to go on the power play once again. Troutwine took a whack at it. Now Flippy will get it back to Cooper. Othout. Now Walensky. This is Flippy again. Johnson. Now Cooper, let's go over a shot right on. And a save made. Let's see if we can put up that screen now with the offensive leaders for Little Falls. There it is right there. Flippy's their leading scorer. Johnson is their second leading scorer. 10 points and 8 points between those two. Here's a shot. Hit Troutwine. And it's cleared out of the zone. Cooper back at his own blue line. Now Headley tries to control it in the shorthanded situation. Headley gets taken down. The puck gets cleared into center ice where it's picked up by Othout. Comes in. So let's go with a shot over the top as a nice save by the goaltender. Got a stick on it. 12:04 to go. Power play time for the Flyers. 64 seconds remaining on this man advantage. Here's Filippi in behind. He'll give it to Walensky. Now to Othout. Back to Walensky. Filippi whiffed on it. Here's right out in front. The puck is loose. And the goaltender's down. It goes to the back wall. Now it's picked up again by Matthew Filippi. Here's a shot taken, and what a save by the goaltender. Oh, man. Rothford. We're going to see that one when we get a break here. 30 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4 advantage. Wolverines trying to just get the puck out of the zone. Manning goes down, tries to clear it out, and he does get it out. Now Cope Robinson battles, and it's shot back into the Flyer zone. Just over 11 minutes to go in our period. Period number 2, 1-0 for Rockridge. Back in center ice, Matthew Cooper tries to Send a pass up. That does not work. Both teams now skating at 5 aside. Here's coming in is Filippi Letskova, shot high and wide of the mark. Rings around the boards to this near side. Here come the Wolverines back. It's put in by Mannanen. Goes over to the far side where Lawrence Filippi tries to get an outlet pass going. That does not work. 10:30 to go in our second period. 1-0 for the Wolverines. Game number 6 for the Wolverines. Game number 6 for the Flyers. Wow, just a big, big hit on Brent Tiedemann. Troutwine will keep it in, intercepted by Avery. Put back in deep once again. Wolverines trying to get something happening, but it's cleared out by Ryan Othout. Now Dahl will pick it up. Here comes Derek Dahl into the zone. Dahl, let's go with a shot over the top of the net. And Troutwine now will run it back into his own end. In center ice. Put in by Cooper Levander. Comes to the side of the net. Play getting a little bit ragged now and a little bit physical, a little bit chippy right now. Let's take a look now, especially at that one replay where a big save. And let's take a look now at that second one. That's the big shot. Big save. As we get back to live action, coming in was Flatley. He almost had a break. Now Miklich will control in his own end, has it poke checked away, and behind the net is Cooper, or check that, it's Matthew Filippi trying to control it. Things are getting physical. These guys are not afraid to lay the body. Comes back to the point, Marad. Hit a Wolverine in front, and it's cleared. Back in his own end, this is Aaron Marad, poke checked away. Headley almost had a walk-in. And it goes in. In after it is Headley, try to get it to Levander. Headley comes to top. Hey, score! Headley on the backhander. He had Levander in front. That was the big screen. But Dylan Headley scores 8 minutes and 20 seconds in. That's goal number 7 on the season for Headley. He had Levander right there, and the goaltender may have been concerned about Levander. Headley puts it in, and the Wolverines have a 2-0 lead. Now it's intercepted, walking in, and a save by Rothfork. So it's 2-0 in favor of the Wolverines over the Flyers here in the second period. After a scoreless first, here's a shot, and it hit the skate, comes to this near side, and the Wolverines just clear it out. Matthew Cooper run it back in his own end. Long outlet pass, hit nobody, so they'll wave off the icing. Now Easton Walters try to control it, takes a check behind the net, goes down. Coming away with it is Ryan Othout. Here's a blast, and it hit right in front, and now it's picked up by Mannon. Here comes Mannon all by himself, a shot, and I think the goaltender got it off his blocker. Well, we got a broken stick on the ice. Seven minutes and 42 seconds to go in our second period. Wolverines with a 2-0 lead over the Little Falls Flyers. This is Gendro coming in, gets bumped by Tiedemann. Shot taken was just wide of the mark. Wolverines trying to come out. Kept in by Filippi off a skate. That was off Lampa's skate. He just puts it back in his own end. Miklich will grab it. Come the Wolverines once again. A shot was just wide. Troutwine will keep it in along the near boards. Puts it right on, right in the slot area. A lot of bodies there. And it's backed out. Now Miklich will grab it in center ice. Here comes Ian Miklich in. Try to center it. Troutwine walking in. A shot deflected just wide. And it's cleared. This is Carter Othout coming back. On the backhand. Try to go to the forehand. Dahl would not let him go to the forehand. And now Derek Dahl takes it away. Gets it up to Brad Tiedemann. A couple Rangers. Lampa will put it in. And now the Wolverines will change. We've got an offside called. .6:23 to go in our period. The Flyer goaltender has made 22 saves already. Rothfork with 13 saves. Here walking in is Avery by himself and scores. Luke Avery scores. Beautiful pass. Let's watch that one again. Can we see that one again? It was a beautiful pass from the defenseman. So it's a 2-1 hockey game. Again, Luke Avery gets the goal for the Flyers. Now Wilmus. He'll put it in. It was off the stick of Ryan Othout. Loose puck is picked up by Dahl. Manning tried to control it. Jumped up over his stick. Avery took a whack at it. Coming in the zone was D'Imperio. He gets bumped off the play on a hard check by Cooper. And boy, they almost had another breakaway. That was Chisholm. He just could not get his stick on it, so it goes as an icing call. And we'll have a face-off all the way back in the Flyer zone with 5:29 to go in the second period. Rockridge 2, Little Falls 1. Tiedemann battles for the puck. Trying to come away with this was Johnson. He controls it and gets it into the attacking zone. Miklich will clear it out. Now Murad back in his own end. Lampa gets it back. Now it comes up to Tiedemann. Poke checked away. Under 5 minutes to play in the period. Here comes Matthew Filippi. He'll control it. Centering pass. Puck is still loose. Now Carter Othout will control it. Nice stick handling. Othout, someone better touch him. Othout walks in, and it was off Troutwine, and it's cleared out by Tiedemann. Boy, you just can't let him walk into the slot like that. You got to make some contact. Put right in. Now comes Brant Tiedemann. Gets it up to Lampa. Lampa on his backhand. Shot save. Here's Troutwine's shot. Wolverines continue to attack with just over 4 to play. Walking in was Flatley. Now the loose puck is grabbed by Wilmus and it's cleared out. Levander gets bumped off the play. Flatley will drive it for Troutwine. Flatley goes in behind the net, controlling the puck. Flatley comes right to the side of the net. And the Flyers trying to come out once again. Wolverines doing a great job keeping them pinned in their own end. Now Walters up the boards. Chisholm took it away. In center ice, Chisholm will just dump it into the Wolverine end where Dahl will pick up the puck. Off the back wall to Troutwine. Wolverines trying to clear it. Walking in is Ryan Othout. A shot goes high over the top of the net. Rings around the boards to the far side. Looks like after that second goal for the Wolverines, Flyers have really picked up the tempo. A save made. Avery looking for a rebound. Flyers now seem to be controlling the action. Just under 3 minutes to play in the second period. 2-1 Rock Ridge, and it's cleared out by Cooper Lavander. And this should be icing. They'll bring the face-off all the way back into the Rock Ridge zone. Wolverines now going with the Cope Robinson group. Flyers going with the Carter Othout group. Troutwine. Pass now is taken away by Denverio. Off a skate, though. Clears the zone. Now Mannon will drop it back for Troutwine. Gives it to Miklich. Mannon will tip it in. Mannon will go in after it. Now Miklich off the wall, gives it to Mannanen. Here's Mannanen. Now Cope Robinson try to control it right out in front. Comes back to the point. Troutwine walking in, and a big save by goaltender Veriano. Troutwine again will tip it, gives it to Mannanen. Here's Troutwine walking in, and a save made. 2:10 to go in our period. Both teams bringing out 5 new players for this face-off. Here walking in is Tiedemann, another save by Veriano. Puck is loose, and now it's controlled by the Wolverines. Tiedemann tries to clear it out, kept in by Roy Othout. Here's Ryan. In that corner, gets taken to the boards by Miklich. In behind the net. Puck is still loose. Up the wall comes to Tiedemann. He'll give it to Lampa. Casey Lampa walks in now to Girulli, and a save made by goaltender Veriano. Boy, he's made 31 saves in this hockey game. 16 in the first period. He's added 15 more here in the second. Here's Flippy going over the top. Again, it's tipped away. Here come the Wolverines. This is Girulli. Puts a shot towards the net. Just took a whack at it. Could not control it with his stick. Now Tiedemann will drop it back. Shot taken in, and goaltender Veriano with the save. This is the first game that Ryan Rothfork has played nets for Rock Ridge. Meanwhile, Veriano is 2-2 in the nets for the Flyers. Headley tries to win the draw. Coming up on our final minute of the second period. Just a reminder, we'll take a break and then we'll come back and show you the highlights in their second period. In behind the net where Cooper will control it, almost intercepted by Dahl. Here comes a breakaway. Walking in is going to be Gendro, cross ice pass, but great defense by the Wolverines. Oh, goal on a backhand! That's Carter Othout will score. He'll tie the hockey game with 42 seconds to go in our period. So Carter Othout will score. And we are deadlocked at 2. Shots are 34-17, but I guess it doesn't matter how many shots you put on. It only matters how many shots go in the net. And out of the 34 shots for the Wolverines, 2 have gone in. And out of the 17 shots for the Flyers, 2 have gone in. So it looks like, unless something happens, we're right back to square one after 2 periods if neither team gets a goal in the final 42 seconds. I'm not sure what the discussion is over at the Wolverines bench. Official over there talking with one of the coaches. Looks like that's Coach Colby. And now Coach Johnson is also, well, now he'll get back up on the top of the bench. So, not sure what the discussion was, but anyways, we are deadlocked at 2. At 16-18, Carter Othow ties the hockey game. Now Johnson will control the puck. In behind his net. Johnson again flips it up into the Wolverines bench. Face-off will continue in the Flyer end. Flyers now will bring out Carter Othow to take the draw against Dylan Headley. Othow wins the draw. 23 seconds to go in our period, and again it's flipped up into the crowd. So another face-off. Othow and Headley. Othow again wins the draw. Johnson in behind his net, along the side wall. Othow will pick it up, gets it up to Filippi. Drops it to Johnson, shot goes right on. Good hard shot by Colton Johnson. Eight seconds to go in the period. Linesman gets knocked down, the puck right at the blue line, and the shot goes right on, and a save as the green light comes on to end the period, but a shot goes right on. Little collision right at the blue line. I don't think there was any penalties called, so we've played 2 periods of hockey. We're back to square one. The teams are deadlocked at 2.
Big fun. Big thrills. Big air. Giant memories await in Biwabik, Minnesota.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
The Ranch Teammates for Life. We are a nonprofit organization aimed at providing a healthy and purposeful life for those former players and military combat veterans, as well as their families who have suffered trauma in their lives. Our mission is to raise awareness on this important issue and remove the stigma of mental illness. To provide diverse services that include all forms of humanitarian efforts aimed at fighting brain disease. Visit us at theranchteammatesforlife.org.
When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. As a locally owned and operated business, we have been proudly serving the entire area and our customers with only the highest quality of service and food that you need to take on the day. Dine in style and fun when you check out our trivia nights, darts, pool tables, 60-inch TVs, all while you munch on tacos, burgers, and more. Stop by today.
They do their thing. You do yours. There's fun for the whole family at Giants Ridge.
A world of options are at your fingertips when you start your future at Minnesota North. Our 6 unique campuses offer more than 100 programs, allowing you to explore countless opportunities.
It's just so universal that, you know, you might be taking a program that's based on working in an office setting or in a business setting, but the skills that you get in this program really can take you so many more places than just that.
When you're here, you'll make real-world connections that lead to immediate opportunities in your field after you graduate, or the ability to transfer and continue your education.
The instructors here actually work a lot with people in the community. I know, like at the school when we were hiring someone, we would actually email the instructors directly and say, hey, we have these job openings, and they would pass them on to the students that were in their class.
At Minnesota North, real-world experience isn't the exception, it's the norm, with hands-on instruction from professors who have years of knowledge in your field.
School as a whole, from our advisors and to faculty, I mean, they really like look after you. Feel like you connect one-on-one with them a lot more. It's a lot more personal.
I think it's just like the smaller class sizes is better. You get a lot more one-on-one communication with your instructor. You'll have that more personalized experience.
We're more than just a college. We're a community ready to call home and ready to explore with on-campus housing and millions of acres of wilderness where year-round outdoor opportunities and athletics await.
Around here, you still have the opportunity to do those outdoor things that you love, as well as getting the education that you're looking for.
I feel like this is my home away from home. That's how they've made me feel here.
And whether you want to take classes from home or on campus, our hybrid learning model gives you the flexibility to do just that while learning from the best.
So I really, really like the flexibility of the program. I like that I could do some of my classes online. I really, really liked that I was able to graduate without having to worry about having all that burden of debt on me.
From opportunities to flexibility, you get it all with some of the most affordable tuition in the state.
Cost per credit, I know, is super low compared to the bigger universities and stuff, and with that one-on-one type learning, it's definitely you get more bang for your buck.
Minnesota North colleges are open to you and a bigger, brighter tomorrow. The closest place to go far with your tomorrow is right here in Northeast Minnesota. Choose from Vermilion and Ely, Mesabi Range in Eveleth and Virginia, Itasca and Grand Rapids, Hibbing and and Rainy River in International Falls. Start your program today at Minnesota North College. Direct your future. Head north.
Oh, good look at the pom-pom girls. Boy, there's my granddaughter right in the middle. There she is. The good zoom up. Alyssa. Yep. I'll tell her. Anyways, here are the statistics after 2 periods. Rockridge with 2 penalties for 4 minutes. Little Falls with 1 penalty for 2 minutes. The goaltenders tonight have been busy. Junior making his first start for Rockridge, Ryan Rothfork, has made 17 saves in 2 periods. Meanwhile, senior for Little Falls, Richard Veriano, has made 32 saves in the first 2 periods. There is no scoring in the first period. Let's get to period number 2, where we had 4 goals scored, 2:05 in. Ian Miklage gave the Wolverines a 1-0 lead. So on that goal, Dawson Rudebush will get an assist to make it 1-0. Then at 8:20, Dylan Headley scored his 7th goal of the season. And let's see how this one here looked. I think they'll have to give Cooper Levander an assist because I think he gave the goaltender a little bit of problem there. Goaltender may have been looking for a pass. Here's Headley coming out on the backhand, goes over the stick side for the goal to make it 2-0. Well, that seemed to light the fire for the Flyers because 2 minutes and 28 seconds later, Luke Avery scored the first goal for Little Falls. And a beautiful pass from the defense. There comes Avery walking in, and he got the goaltender going one way and beat him to make it 2-1. And then at 16:18, 42 seconds remaining in the period, it was Carter Othout tying the hockey game for Little Falls. And getting assist on that goal was Lucas Gendro, and that's where we're at right now. 2-2 hockey game after 34 minutes of hockey action. Reminder, we'll be back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock start, as Rockridge will be taking on St. Cloud Cathedral. So be sure to join us tomorrow night right here on Mesabi Community Television. Again, both of these teams will be back in action after this weekend. Little Falls goes to Brainerd on Tuesday, and then next Thursday they'll play in Princeton. They'll take the Christmas holiday off, come back on the 28th and 29th with Northern Lakes and Wadena. For Rockridge, after tonight, Tuesday they go to Superior, then they're off for the Christmas holidays. Wednesday the 28th will be in Hibbing. It'll be a My 9 telecast, Rockridge and Hibbing. And then finally on the 30th, right back here at the Hippodrome for a final game of 2022 as the Wolverines will be taking on Cambridge Isanti. We'll take a break. The ice has been resurfaced. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. We should get ready for the third period action. Our score, Rockridge 2, Little Falls 2.
The Ranch Teammates for Life. We are a nonprofit organization aimed at providing a healthy and purposeful life for those former players and military combat veterans, as well as their families who have suffered trauma in their lives. Our mission is to raise awareness on this important issue and remove the stigma of mental illness. To provide diverse services that include all forms of humanitarian efforts aimed at fighting brain disease. Visit us at theranchteammatesforlife.org.
When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. As a locally owned and operated business, we have been proudly serving the entire area and our customers with only the highest quality of service and food that you need to take on the day. Dine in style and fun when you check out our trivia nights, darts, pool tables, 60-inch TVs, all while you munch on tacos, burgers, and more. Stop by today.
They do their thing. You do yours. There's fun for the whole family at Giants Ridge.
And welcome back to the Hippodrome as we have played 34 minutes of hockey. We're dead even at 2 goals apiece. Again, no scoring in the first period. And then again in the second period, Ian Mickledge and Dylan Headley got goals for Rock Ridge. Luke Avery and Carter Othout got the goals for the Flyers. The schedule, once again, we're trying to get some updates. There's 3 hockey games going on tap tonight involving some of the area teams. International Falls is playing in Fort Francis. Ely is at St. Paul Johnson, and Grand Rapids is playing Eden Prairie. It's a part of the Edina Holiday Classic. There's been no updated score at all on that game at all. Games on tap for Saturday, besides the game right here that we will have for our viewers. Kitson County will be at the Falls. Greenway is playing in Mound. The North Shore at Moose Lake, and Grand Rapids will be playing their second game of that holiday tournament against Elk River. In girls basketball tonight, Southridge is at MIB. International Falls made the trip to Evelyn to take on Rock Ridge. In boys basketball schedule for tonight, International Falls is hosting Rock Ridge. Grand Rapids at Proctor, NK is at Big Fork, Deer River at Hill City, Aiken at Duluth Marshall. Hibbing is playing in Cloquet tonight, Chisholm at East Central, Esco at Superior, and Northeast Range is playing in Ely. In boys basketball tomorrow, Rock Ridge will be hosting Crosby Ironton. That'll be a 2:30 start tomorrow afternoon. And tomorrow night, Cherry is playing Minnehaha Academy. That's a 7:30 start down in the cities. That should be really a very entertaining game. Again, Cherry and Minnehaha Academy. Well, both teams are out on the ice. Both teams are ready. The linesman has the puck, checking with both goaltenders to see if everyone is ready. And we are all set for our final 17 minutes. This should be a good period. This should be entertaining. So sit back and relax. And let's see who comes out with the winner tonight. Looks like a little problem with the ice right at the blue line. Looks like a little chunk of the ice came out. Boy, they've been kind of complaining about some of the ice condition this year. Again, they're trying to fix it right now, right at that blue line. Shaving some ice, put it in that little hole. Boy, a lot of talk down in the truck tonight. You know, they're talking about Bob Cone, they're talking about orange cones, I don't know. Here we go, final period underway, 2-2 hockey game. Isaac Flatley carries it into the zone, and then quickly it's brought back in center ice. This is Gendro right towards the net. The puck is loose, and Levander clears it away from the slot area. Levander tries to clear it out, kept in by Johnson. The puck comes right towards the net again. And finally, the Wolverines will get it away from the slot area and get it back into center ice. Flatley, or check that, Headley was after it. Now Levander goes in, trying to pick up the puck. Johnson gets double teamed in that corner. Headley tried to come away with the puck. It's cleared. Levander, though, tries to put it back in deep. That does not click. And now Gendro after it, but the Wolverines able to put it back into center ice. Flatley took a whack at it, gets it up to Headley. Off a body and clears the zone. Now it's shot into the Flyer end. Oath out after it. Off the wall. All the way in the Wolverine end where Troutwine will shoot it along the boards. Up to Tiedemann. He could not control it. Avery tried to come in. And now here come the Wolverines back. A 4-on-3 break. A shot high over the top of the net. Shot was taken by Walters. Now the puck is loose. That was Walensky trying to come in. Still loose, and now it's finally cleared. Up to Tiedemann, and Brandt will backhand it in the Flyer zone. Now Lampa behind the net. Lampa comes to the side of the net. Could not get a stick on it. Tiedemann, centering pass right out front, and Girulli took a whack at it. Now Troutwine with a shot. Into that far corner where they battle, couple players of each team. The puck is still loose and finally is picked up by Luke Avery. Here comes Avery into the attacking zone. Avery, let's go with a shot. A save! Goes behind the net, off the blocker. Back to the point, Marad. Aaron Marad will put it in deep. Troutwine will get there first. Sam Troutwine will just give it now to Casey Lampa. Here's a long pass, a stretch pass. Try to get it up to Girulli. That did not click. Come the Flyers trying to attack, but quickly the Wolverines will get the puck into center ice as Miklich will dump it in. Marad in behind his net. In there is Lampa applying the pressure. They battle in that corner. 2-2 hockey game. We're 2.5 minutes into our final period. In behind the net where Colton Johnson will just shoot it to the far side. This is Carter Wilms. And it's put in to the Wolverine end. Walters could not control it. Chisholm now gets it back to the point. And it clears the zone where Colton Johnson gets it back into center ice. Picked up by Cope Robinson. He'll drop it. Nobody there but Remington Chisholm. Now it's picked up by Othout. He gets turned back at the blue line, waiting for his line mates to get on the ice as the Flyers were in a line change. Just a huge check by Ryan Mannon. And I'll tell you something about Ryan. He's not afraid to lay the body. What a huge check that was. Now Cope Robinson gets pulled down. Back to the point. Walters' shot goes high over the top of the net. It'll be kept in by Derek. Oh, nice move by Dahl. Dahl walks in. Hit a body in front. Walters will keep it in for the Wolverines. We've played 3.5 minutes of our final period. Centering pass right to the slot area. Now Easton Walters will just dump it in behind the net. Levander was after it. Getting there first is Carter Wimmis. Here's a shot deflected by the goaltender to this near wall. Boy, the action is really picked up in this third period. This has been a fun game. Walters backhands it right in, bouncing puck, and it'll be covered up by Veriano. Oh, what a start to this period. We're 4 minutes plus into this final period. We got a 2-2 hockey game. Puck comes back to the point. Right to the side of the net. It'll be kept in by Headley. Off Levander's skate, and it clears the zone. Troutwine back after. He now has Evan Graves with him on defense. Pass comes up to Levander. In after is Flatley. Flatley will control it right to the slot area. It's deflected away by the goaltender. Nice play by the goaltender in behind that net. Levander gets knocked down. Now Flatley will come and lay some lumber. And now we're going to get our penalty. And the Wolverines are going to go on their second power play. It's going to be Luke Avery going off. .12:19 to play in our hockey game. 2-2, and now the Wolverines will go on the power play. The power play is just over 14%, while 89% on the penalty kill for the Flyers. Puck gets dumped into the zone. That's Othout on the penalty kill, controlling it, carrying it back into center ice. Just drops it back for Colton Johnson, who just whacks it all the way down, right on, and the goaltender Rothford will make a glove save. Wolverines trying to get something going. Here comes Ryder Drewley. He'll drop it for Lampa. Shot goes high over the top of the net. Dahl now will run it down. He'll put it back in. Wolverines had to get people on side. Now it'll be picked up by Drewley. He puts it in real deep. Tiedemann tries to get there. Johnson will just tap it back to this near side. They try to clear it out. Walters will keep it in for the Wolverines. Gets it into that left corner where Brant Tiedemann will control it. Johnson is all over him. Johnson lost his stick. Back to the point. A shot to hit Othout. He clears it out of the zone once again. Now Lampa will pick up the puck. A little bit behind Tiedemann. Grabbed by Marad. Wolverines changing some of their power play unit, and 33 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4. We're just over 6 minutes into the final period. 2-2 hockey game. Back to the point where Miklich will grab it. Troutwine and Skova one-timer. Left side, Headley will get it back to Miklich. Back to Headley. Try to tee it up. Headley again. In behind the net, comes right to the slot area, and it's cleared. Under 10.5 minutes to go, and both teams will be back skating 5 aside in just a couple seconds. Comes Headley into the zone. Both teams are back now. Headley and Johnson in behind the net. Johnson up the boards, back to a Troutwine. His shot is deflected up into the netting once again. And we'll have another face-off as another whistle, and both teams now will change units. Man in behind center the pass. Here's a shot from DeBerio. DeBerio again takes a shot. Cope Robinson takes a shot. And the save was made right to the side of the net. And now the net comes off the mooring, and we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a Flyers penalty. And so the Wolverines will go on the power play once again with 9:56 to play in our third period. 2-2 is the score. Puck comes back to the point. Here's Sam Troutwine. It's go of a shot. Again deflected into the netting. Carter Othod will take the draw against Dylan Headley. Headley wins the draw. Miklich, it's go of a shot. Here's another shot in behind the net. Looks like the net came up off the mooring. Yes, it did. And Todd Skaya, one of the officials, puts it back on the peg. Headley and Othout again. Holthout will win this draw. Johnson will shoot it around the boards, and it goes up into the Flyers bench. So they'll keep the face-off right in the offensive zone for Rock Ridge. Troutwine. Sam comes into the circle. Trying to get a pass back, but it's going to be cleared out of the zone by Flippy. Now Holthout is the shorthanded situation for the Flyers. They just want to use some of this clock. And the Wolverines try to come out of the zone. Headley has it taken away by Holthout once again. Oh, nice move. Now Holthout will just whacked at it. He's down, and now here comes a 4-on-2 right now. If they make it quick, a shot goes towards the net, deflected in front by Avery, and Luke Avery will just dump it in to the zone. 54 seconds to go on this man advantage. Wolverines so far unable to get much going on this power play. Right out in front, it goes right through the slot area. We got a penalty coming. This is going to be a Rock Ridge tripping. Headley's going to go off for tripping. And now both teams have had 3 penalties tonight. They'll be skating for a side for 37 seconds. And then Little Falls will have a minute 23 of the power play. Joey Walensky will take the draw for the Flyers. Brant Tiedemann for Rock Ridge. Come the Wolverines trying to break out. Tiedemann off his stick. Goes into the zone. Tiedemann and Johnson in behind the net. Tiedemann will control it. Teams again are skating for a side for another 20 or another 15 seconds. And then the Flyers are going to have a power play. Coming out of the zone is Luke Avery. Try to split between the 2 defenders. It's picked up by Lampa. Here comes Lampa. He'll just dump it. Matthew Cooper will set the power play unit. Cope Robinson on the shorthanded situation along with Mannon in the forwards. You got Dahl and Walters, the defense on this penalty kill. It's fired all the way down. Mannon in after it. Cooper will drop it. Cope Robinson in on the penalty kill. He gets hammered into the wall. Now Johnson will give it back to Cooper. Under 30 seconds to go on this power play. So far, Flyers haven't been able to do much. That's Flippy, shoots it across to the far side. He controls it again himself. Gives it off to Cooper, back to Flippy. Cross-ice pass. Shot was taken by Johnson. Oh, now we got a penalty. Here comes a check on Mannon, and he's going to go in the box. And when Headley comes out in just a couple seconds, it'll be a 5-on-3 for just a fraction, 3 seconds, and then it'll be 5-on-4. Right now the officials are talking. Is this going to be more than... Oh, it's going to be a 5 minutes. A major penalty has been called. It'll be a 5-minute penalty. And we've got a timeout on the ice called by Little Falls. So we're going to take a break. 6:36 to go in our third period. And when we come back, Little Falls is going to be on a 5-minute power play.
The Ranch Teammates for Life. We are a nonprofit organization aimed at providing a healthy and purposeful life for those former players and military combat veterans, as well as their families who have suffered trauma in their lives. Our mission is to raise awareness on this important issue and remove the stigma of mental illness. To provide diverse services that include all forms of humanitarian efforts aimed at fighting brain disease. Visit us at theranchteammatesforlife.org.
Well, it'll be a 5-minute power play for Little Falls. We got an update from Edina. Eden Prairie defeated Grand Rapids tonight by a score of 2-0. Rapids will be back in action tomorrow afternoon in that Edina Classic, taking on Elk River. So it looks like Manning got a 5 and a 10. Come back to the point. That's Cooper. We're going to be on this power play up until the final 96 seconds. Here's a shot. Save made by Rothfork. And it clears the zone. Now taken away by Headley. Battles trying to use some of that clock. Picked up by Filippi. Gets it up to Othout. In behind the net, Troutwine will shoot it out. Flyers will have to regroup. .5:20 to go. Othout. In center. Carries it through center. Brings it in the attacking zone. He drops it back for Gendro. Now Avery try to control it. It'll be kept in the attacking zone. Troutwine will get it out. Matthew Cooper in his own end. Again will set the power play. Off to Luke Avery. Oh boy, almost taken away by Jacobson, who's on the penalty kill now. Dahl will just clear it out of the zone once again. Coming up on 4.5 minutes. Another 3 minutes to go on this power play. Lawrence Filippi in the zone. Jacobson will just clear it out. So far, so good for the Wolverines. Here comes Mayrod in behind the net, centering pass. Avery will not keep it in. Loose puck is controlled. Under 4 minutes to play. Third period, 2-2 hockey game. 5-on-4 for another minute plus. In that corner, Lampa gets pounded away from the ball. Boards, that is. Now Othout will carry it in, goes along the near side, center around the backside to Johnson. Here's Johnson controlling it. Gives it to Cooper. Othout again. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in our hockey game. Back to the point to Cooper. Wolverines just trying to get the puck out of the zone. There's 5-on-4, and they finally do. Now Lampa will just fire it down. Wolverines now will change up their penalty kill. 2:51 to go in our game. Just over a minute remaining on this 5-on-4 major penalty. Let's see if the Wolverines can weather this storm, which they have so far. Now Johnson will put it in, goes right on goaltender Rothfork, and it's cleared the length of the ice once again. Under 2.5 minutes to play. Johnson gets a pass back from Cooper. And the Wolverines again will just clear it out. That's Jacobson. Half a minute remaining on this major penalty. 2 minutes to play in regulation. It's a 2-2 hockey game. Ooh, Headley almost stole it. Now Johnson will give it to Matthew Filippi. Right circle. Flatley tries to take it away. 10 seconds to go on this major penalty. Back to the point. Here's Avery Shadow. What a save. Beautiful save by Rothford. And now both teams are back at full strength. Wolverines weathered that 5-minute storm. Under 90 seconds to play in regulation. Here's a pass up to Flatley. Try to get it up to Rudebush. That almost clicked. Headley will put it in now for the Wolverines. 75 seconds to go in our hockey game, or in regulation, that is. Here's Dahl trying to hit Levander off his stick. Wolverines will get the puck in. We've got 1 minute to play in regulation. Levander will put it in deep. Flatley after it over on that far side. Flatley try to get it back to the point. Doesn't know where the puck is right now. It comes out of the zone. And now Headley will try to control it. Gets it up to Cooper Levander. He gets bumped off the play. And finally Dahl will get it. Here's a pass up to Flatley. Flatley's shot over the top of the net. Chisholm will clear the pass up. Coming into the zone is Lawrence Filippi. Another save by Rothfork. 28 seconds to go in regulation. Now Dahl in behind the net. Tries to get it up the wall, and it's cleared. And it's out of play with 21 seconds to go in regulation. We've got a 2-2 hockey game. There was no score after one. Both teams with 2 goals in the second period. And so far, neither team has been able to score here in this third. And now Rock Ridge will take their timeout. So we'll take a little break. We'll be back shortly.
When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. As a locally owned and operated business, we have been proudly serving the entire area and our customers with only the highest quality of service and food that you need to take on the day. Dine in style and fun when you check out our trivia nights, darts, pool tables, 60-inch TVs, all while you munch on tacos, burgers, and more. Stop by today.
.21 seconds remaining in regulation time. We got a 2-2 hockey game. Both teams with 9 shots on goal in this period. Wolverines trying to clear it out, and now they will get the puck out. This is Cooper back in his own end. 10 seconds to go in our period. Headley try to control it. Avery will just put it in. 6 seconds to go in regulations. Troutwine will shoot it along the wall. 2 seconds, 1 second, and we are going to go to an overtime. We're going to go to an overtime period. So let's take a little break. We'll take a couple-minute break. We'll come back with the overtime period from the historic Eveleth Hippodrome.
Big fun. Big thrills. Big air. Giant memories await in Biwabik, Minnesota.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
When you're searching for a delicious meal that the whole family can enjoy, count on the experience and flavors of the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. As a locally owned and operated business, we have been proudly serving the entire area and our customers with only the highest quality of service and food that you need to take on the day. Dine in style and fun when you check out our trivia nights, darts, pool tables, 60-inch TVs, all while you munch on tacos, burgers, and more. Stop by today.
The Ranch Teammates for Life. We are a nonprofit organization aimed at providing a healthy and purposeful life for those former players and military combat veterans, as well as their families who have suffered trauma in their lives. Our mission is to raise awareness on this important issue and remove the stigma of mental illness. To provide diverse services that include all forms of humanitarian efforts aimed at fighting brain disease. Visit us at theranchteammatesforlife.org.
Well, let's get ready for an overtime period. Again, no scoring in the first period. Second period, 2:05, Ian Mickledge scored for the Wolverines. Then at 8:20, Dylan Headley made it 2-0 Rockridge. At 10:48, Luke Avery cut it in half to 2-1. And at 16:18, Carter Othow tied it at 2. Neither team scored in the third period. Both teams had 9 shots in that period. Right now, Ryan Rothfork for Rockridge has 26 saves, and Richard Veriano has 41 saves. We've got an 8-minute overtime period. If neither team scores, it'll go in the books as a 2-2 tie. Again, this is overtime. Here's a shot taken, was just wide of the mark. Comes right to the side of it, right out in front of it. Where is the puck? It's loose. And finally, it's grabbed and cleared. It's not out, though, and now the puck goes up into the Flyers players' bench. Oh, good chance for Little Falls right there at the start of the period. 19 seconds into the overtime. Both teams going with their top lines. Headley, Levander, and Flatley against Othow, Gendro, and Filippi. And right now, Filippi is talking with one of the officials about something that happened in the attacking zone. Dahl will clear it out back into neutral ice. Headley tries to control it. Shot along the boards to the far side. This is the overtime, sudden death overtime. First team to score within this 8 minutes will win tonight's hockey game. Battle along the boards. Filippi now in the corner. Looks for someone to come up to it. Comes back to the point. Walters will keep it in deep. Now Johnson up the wall. They try to get it out. Back into center ice. And Derek Dahl will put it back in for Rock Ridge. We're just over a minute into this overtime. Wolverines on a complete line change. Into center ice where Giruli will battle for it. And he'll backhand it back into the offensive zone. Now Dahl again will put it in as the puck cleared the zone. Tiedemann after it. Now Gendro, long pass. Walters will get there just ahead of Joey Walensky. Now Othal could not control it. It'll be kept in by Cooper. Comes right towards the net, but Dahl will get there first. Derek now goes down as he's pulled down. Got to be careful. You don't want to take a penalty in this overtime. Easton Walters will grab the puck. Here is Giruli, long pass. Tiedemann will put it in deep. Casey Lampa in behind the net, tries to center it. Comes to the side of the net where Avery will shoot it up the wall. Shot goes right on. Save made by goaltender Veriano, and it clears. Here comes a 2-on-1. Coming into the zone is Walensky. Walensky a pass a little bit behind Ryan Othal. Good chance for Little Falls. Now the Wolverines will try to come back. Coming into the zone is Troutwine. Going left side, Troutwine comes right to the goalie, and the net comes up off the mooring. And Troutwine is injured behind the net. He ran into the goal post. And we'll just keep a camera on him. I'm sure Brad Kern will come out shortly. Well, I guess he's okay. He gets up. Kind of holding that shoulder. So we'll have a face-off with 5:35 to go in this overtime. And the face-off will come outside of the offensive zone in neutral ice. Dimberry will take the draw. And it's whacked into the zone, the offensive zone. Johnson will get there. In there is Ethan Jacobson for Rock Ridge. In the center ice. Here comes Othal into the zone. Othal left side, and it's tapped away by Walters. Walters will regain control, shoots it along this near side. This is Dahl. He has it taken away. Centering pass, nobody home, and it clears the zone. Good break for Rock Ridge. We've played just over 3 minutes of this overtime. Now Jacobson will give it back to Dahl. To Walters. Up the boards, it'll be kept in. And finally, it's cleared out by Cope Robinson. He'll give it to Dimberio, saved by goaltender Veriano, off the glove. Flatley try to control it. Now Walensky will pick up the puck for the Flyers and just clears it out of the zone. Walters now could not control it as it comes into the attacking zone. It's still loose. And finally, here's Flatley. He'll get it up to Levander on a backhander. Goes right through the crease area. Grabbed by Headley. Nice move by Headley. Here comes Dylan Headley in the circle. Pass right out front for Flatley. Now Dahl comes in. Let's go with a shot. Goaltender Veriano with the save. Troutwine will keep it in behind the net. And it's just shot the length of the ice, and we're going to have an icing with 3:51 to go in overtime. Wolverines are going to continue to go with that first line, Levander, Headley, and Flatley. And now the Flyers will counter with their first line, Filippi, Othal, and Gendro. In behind the net, Levander. Here's a backhand right out in front, taking a whack at it was Flatley. Flatley comes right out to Headley. Here's Headley walking in, a shot, and deflected to this near side. Oh boy, Dillon had a great chance there. Now Flatley in behind. Gets it back to the point. Mikulich lets go of a shot. It was wide of the mark. Under 3.5 minutes to go in this overtime. 2-2 hockey game. This is Flatley trying to kick it up the wall. And it jumps over the blue line. Here comes Carter Othard. He's got a man right out in front. That's Filippi. Oh, what a play by Sam Troutwhite. And here comes Sam. Here's a 4-on-2 break. And we have a shot taken in. A save is made. Now Othard will come away with it. He gets a pass up to Filippi. Filippi will drop it for Gendro. Puck is still loose. Here is Othard walking in. It's tapped away from him. It's still loose in the slot area. And finally, Troutwine will just pick it up, clears it into center ice. We got a high stick. We've got a whistle. We got a face-off with both teams making line changes. 2:45 to play. Face-off will be in the Wolverine offensive zone. Tiedemann, Lampa, and Girulli for Rockridge. Avery, Walensky, and Ryan Othout for the Flyers. Tiedemann tried to get it to Lampa and behind. Avery gave Lampa some trouble. Now Girulli puts it towards the slot. Cleared in center ice. This is Ryan Othout. 2:22 to play. We've got a 2-2 hockey game. We're in sudden death. And now Girulli comes in, and I don't know if no call at all, but I think he was very lucky. Very, very lucky on that hit. Could have easily been a cross check. I don't know if he got that one on tape or not. Nope. Oof. You surely don't need a penalty with 2:13 to play in our overtime. A pair of 14s, that's Dimberio and Avery. Controlled by Johnson. Puck is loose right in front of the scorer's table. Now Dimberio, the youngster, will carry the puck in. He has it taken away by Luke Avery. Dimberio continues to work hard in the offensive zone. Now Cope Robinson, he drops it back. A shot taken from the point. Hits some traffic in front. Here comes maybe a 2-on-1, and Walensky goes in behind the Wolverine net. Wolverines are giving up a couple 2-on-1s right now. Here's a blast taken, and a save made by Rothford. In behind, Dahl will come away with it. Spin move by Derek. Gets it up. Jacobson tried to control it. It'll be kept in by Walensky. He lets go of a shot, hits some traffic, and goes high over the top of the net. Now Dahl. We're coming up on our final minute of overtime. Here comes Derek Dahl into the zone. It's a 2-on-1. Dahl has got Jacobson. Jacobson on the backhander over the top of the net with 1 minute to play. Puck was almost intercepted by Flatley. 50 seconds remaining in this overtime. Now Filippi will carry it in behind his own net. Gives it to Johnson in center ice. Loose puck is grabbed by Othout into the attacking zone. Here's Filippi carrying it in behind the net. Looks for someone, gets it back to the point. A shot from the point, deflected. Here's a long pass, try to get it up to Flatley. Oh boy, what a defensive play by Colton Johnson. Huge play, maybe the play of the game. Couple of Wolverines collide. Johnson again controls it. Here comes Filippi in. 15 seconds to go. Goes to the back wall where Walters takes a whack at it. Now Flatley tries to clear it. It's not out. A shot from a tough angle. It's loose in the slot area. It's still loose. And finally the Wolverines get it out. 2 seconds, 1 second. And we have played an overtime 2-2 draw between Rockridge and Little Falls. We'll take a break. I'll come back in a minute and recap the final statistics.
Big fun. big thrills. Big air. Giant memories await in Biwabik, Minnesota.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Well, we played an overtime draw tonight, 2-2 hockey game, a very entertaining game for the crowd here at the historic Evelyn Hippodrome. No scoring in the first period. Second period, Mickledge at 2:05, Headley at 8:20 gave the Wolverines a 2-0 lead. And then at 10:48, it was Avery. 16-18, it was Carter Othoud scoring the 2 goals, and we were tied 2-2. Neither team could score in the third. Neither team could score in the 8-minute overtime, and our final score is 2-2. Saves in the hockey game, Ryan Rothfork came up with 29 saves tonight, 7 in the first, 10 in the second, 9 in the third, and 3 in the overtime. Richard Veriano came up with 16 in the first, 16 in the second, 9 in the third, and 7 in the overtime for 48 saves in the hockey game. So with the tie, Rock Ridge now goes to 2-3-1, Little Falls to 3-2-1, and Rock Ridge will be back in action tomorrow night right back here at the Evelyn Hippodrome. They'll be taking on St. Cloud Cathedral. We'll have that game for you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. right here on Mesabi Community Television. Well, that'll do it. I want to thank my cameras, Darwin Aller on the main camera, Donna Rockala and Dana Sorensen on our side cameras. For Steve Rockala down in the truck, I'm Bob Cohen, the play-by-play. Once again, our final score, overtime, 2-2, Rock Ridge and Little Falls. Good night, everyone.